What's going on, man? What's up, Mr. McCarthy? The Keefe situation right now is he had a proffer agreement that was supposed to protect him in this situation from his drug case. He was only going to help the government close out this case, and if he helped them with the Biggie and Tupac situation, then he would be freed. And he signed his proffer agreement. He thought it allowed him to do all of the liberties that you saw as far as benefiting from a book, talking about said crime, doing a lot of interviews. He made a lot of money, upfront money, from doing this agreement, which led to different exchanges with said government and the law. As the law decided to keep tabs on him, because he kept running off at the mouth, he was incriminating himself further. And the further they went down the rabbit hole, the worse it got. Now that there's possible physical evidence that could link him to the actual crime with physical evidence, they can have the conviction that they wanted to have and possess. We'll wait and see what develops. This still won't end people's fan theory of thinking Puffy's involved. Outlaw just want Puffy involved because he's a Tupac fan. But the scales of balance have changed, and meaning of power in Nevada. You have to look beyond what they're showing you in the media. They want to make a splash on an arrest, true, but they also want a conviction. See, what a conviction gives them is something everybody else weren't giving them. You see, the conviction gives them the win. It gives them the W. Well, I believe in fate and karma. No matter how long it was that it happened, you weren't going to keep able to reap the benefits, and eventually that door was going to shut down on you. It was going to shut and close. Well, that's all I know. Well, they processed him and charged him with the not attempted murder, but with the possible murder, suspected murder of Tupac Shakur. Since he's the only one alive in the vehicle, he'll probably be the only one charged. There was no eyewitnesses. With this type of evidence, it will be hard for them to get a conviction without his cooperation. But since they have his testimony in the book, him talking about things that happened afterwards, what they did with the rental car, the whole thing, it made Las Vegas PD look terrible. You know, a lot of people keep forgetting that Las Vegas PD is not Los Angeles. And as I told you guys before and earlier, this was not organized. As people would say, oh, it was organized. It was an organized hit. They were waiting for him. And if you're going to organize something like that, you don't do it on the strip. Even a federal agent, if it was the feds who was doing this, you're not going to do it on the strip. No, the Las Vegas strip. That is not where it goes down. There's too many eyes on it. This happened just to be this was like a happenstance. Like it just happened. Like it was designed and destined for them to meet up at said time. It was destined. I don't know if you guys ever had anybody die that you knew in a violent way. It almost a sense that it was karma, and unfortunately this is how the chapter was going to end. It could have been by decisions that was made by that person that led to this being the end. A lot of people don't understand what happened after that fight. A lot of people think this was a response after the fact. After the fight, they went back to the hotel. Then they went back to Suge's house. This is when Tupac changed out of the shirt he was wearing. Changed clothes, and he wore the tank top. Changed out of that shirt and put on the tank top. And he was sitting out there like reflecting on everything that happened that day. And he was nervous. And a lot of people thought he was sensing that this was going to be the end. But that wasn't why. Tupac wasn't nervous. He was just contemplating all of the things that could come after the fact. And it had nothing to do with him. Tupac was supposed to perform at the House of Blues, and he was thinking about the fight on camera, even my performance that he's doing to try to prevent from going back to jail. That's why he was going there. It was a police event. And this was part of the charity. It's going to be counted as a charity event. A benefit concert for the police to get Tupac, because Tupac was supposed to go to court where they were going to sentence him back to jail as violating his parole. He was going back to jail. So this is why he was doing this concert. He had to do it. If he didn't do that concert, Tupac was going back to jail. So now he just had a fight in a casino, Las Vegas. he's contemplating what's going to happen now, because he knows there's cameras everywhere. And they seen that fight. Even though he got out of there, he walked out, they had to seen it on the cameras. This is going to come back and blow up. Once he was able to calm down from all that and realize what he did, that's why he was outside smoking a cigarette, just contemplating in his own thoughts. It wasn't about he felt it coming. I don't believe that at all. Well, to close the biggest case they've had in Las Vegas, which is Tupac, that'll be putting Las Vegas, letting everybody know we're safe. Come to Vegas. I told people this is going to happen. They're going to make a big splash with this. And Keefe D was done. I knew he was done. Reggie knew he was done. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but dude was done. Why was he in a casino with no ticket to the fight? A lot of people go to Vegas to kick it. That's like a 2-hour drive, especially during an event. Because everybody gonna be, you think everybody in Vegas is there for the fight? A lot of people go there for the parties and the clubs. The clubs gonna be packed. You got celebrities everywhere. People go down there and they be like, I ain't even going to the fight. I'm just here to kick it. Yes, he did. He played himself. He put himself in a very bad position. But Keefe D, that is. But this is karma. This was supposed to happen. All the people's lives he took, all that karma, dark energy, sitting and resting on his shoulder, it changed him. Changed him a lot. Well, there's a large display of people who want to see me or want to see anybody like be wrong about something. They love that. But normally I've been spot on with predictions. A lot of these things that's going on with Keefe D. But I'm able to see through all of that and see the bigger plan. What's in store for Las Vegas? Where is Vegas headed? I was the first people to tell them about the NBA team coming there at the T-Mobile Arena, the football team being there. Oh, good morning, bro. Good morning, chat. Oh, yeah, man. I had to get out, man. I was hoping you dropped the link this morning. Man, I went to sleep. I didn't get up till 7 o'clock p.m. I was out like a light. Like right after that, we did a live with, oh, damn. We did a live when Keefe D got arrested, so that kept us up. Next thing you know, boom, I was out to 7. I was supposed to take my godson to go see Paw Patrol. Now I gotta do that in the morning. But what you said about Coach Knight, I'm like, Bobby Knight, Coach Knight? Oh, hell no. Coach Knight was my kind of coach. Those are the kind of coaches you need. Yeah, he wrote a book and basically incriminating himself, but he had a proffer agreement because when he was going to jail for life, he was like he can get him details to the Tupac and Biggie murders so that he can get off. And he did. He signed a proffer agreement. He gave them information so that they could close those cases. And was like, all right, y'all can close the case. But it wasn't enough to close the case. It was enough to give him an agreement to where he can get off. But going back to your Bobby Knight video, man, I was hoping you dropped the link. Man, Coach Knight was great for those kids. He was the only coach in that game who was not paying for players. He wasn't going to do that. He was going to make sure you went to class, and he was going to put a, man, he said, yeah, you love Coach. I might have hated him. Well, yeah, the thing is, he was a foot in your ass coach. They gonna blame Vlad. Well, the thing is, they are gonna blame Vlad. Vlad videos and everybody else who interviewed him, art of dialogue, all that's evidence now. They got it all. They raided his house. They got the book. They got some 40 caliber shells, and if this fool still got shells for 27 years, still sitting in his house that matched the murder weapon, he the stupidest man on earth. Well, Coach, Deion is going to win anyway. The real reason they mad at Deion is not about them winning games and all this. It's that they got the NIL now. You see, the NIL, and all those players, they see that they can get paid now. They can get money. And Colorado's on national TV every day, no matter who they playing. So that NIL money for them players is going to make all those players want to go there. This ain't had nothing to do with this season. This is about the next 5, 6, 7 years. So they scared. They scared of Deion because he's going to take all of those recruits. They going to want to go to Colorado. Kids want the limelight. They want to be stars. So they going to go to Colorado because that's the best place for them to be. Yeah, that's why. It's about the money because they're going to be losing it. But see, they're switching conferences. A lot of these teams are trying to switch conferences. Then they trying to get themselves aligned to go play Colorado because they know that's when they get their most publicity. The Oregon coach, he ain't never had this much publicity before in his life. Could they play prime? Like old Shitlock. The video I did on him, that video, on the video, he talked about ribs. That's all he talked about for the whole show was ribs. And he just titled Deion because he knows keep talking about Deion is getting him views. Oh, they popping dude off. Oh, I saw the cops flash their lights. I'm like, who they? Oh, yeah, they got him. Oh, I thought they were pulling me over. I'm like, what I do? I'm doing the limit. I'm doing under the limit. And they were behind me. Boy, they got popped off. Better them than me. Yeah. So Deion has changed the culture. Deion has never done nothing but get the best out of all these people. He never was a problem on a team. He was the positive guy. And you think that anybody else they'd be trying to uplift. But it was okay for Lane Griffin and all these other coaches. Anytime they try to get something out of a player, it was okay when they was promoting the coach on every team. They got to be going for a national championship, all this hype. They've hyped these coaches up that haven't done a damn thing ever in college football. His mastermind game plan. They never told you about any adjustments Coach Prime made in game to win any games. They don't give you any of the breakdowns that he's doing. And so I'm rooting for him to win every game, even though I know they have no shot of beating USC. None. Based on football and matchups, they don't have a shot. But I hope they do well, and I'm rooting for them. I'm actually going to bet on them. I'm going to put some money down on them. Just case. You know, but I just don't think they're ready yet. This is only their first 4 games playing together. I've never seen somebody so excited about a team that wasn't even supposed to be ranked in their life getting destroyed like that and ridiculed. When do we start rooting for that? But here's the thing. Going back to Coach Knight. Coach Knight was so important in college basketball because he had a high graduation rate. Plus, he was kicking draws and asses. And if you got out of line, he was going to put you right back in line. Now, his thing is about winning games and running the plays and running this offense the right way. If you ain't running it right, you gon' run it right. Isaiah Thomas' mother sent Isaiah to Indiana with Bobby Knight. She wasn't going to let him go to DePaul with his homeboys and go play over there in DePaul and still be in the city. No, that ain't finna happen. Isaiah's going to Indiana. And that was the best thing that ever happened to him. As much as he hated it, as much as he hated Bobby Knight on his back, they won a national championship. And Isaiah Thomas was the best player on the court and won the award for being the best player on the court. Most valuable player. But he went straight pro. He didn't, that was it. After he won the national championship, that was it. But he turned Isaiah Thomas into a leader. He gave him things that he needed in life. He didn't get him what he wanted. He gave him what he needed. And that's what's wrong with these coaches today. They handcuffed. They gotta speak to him kind and all passive. Some players need to be checked. They need that foot in the ass. You can hate them all 4 years, but when you grow up and become a man and you go on in life, you come back and thank Coach Knight. Thank you for being that pain in my ass. I hated you when we played. Yeah, that's okay. I did my job, and that's what he's supposed to do. Oh, that's why I couldn't be a coach. I'll be on the court choking the play right on the court if he ain't running my plays right. He run a play wrong, I'll be ejected in preseason. I'll be suspended. I'll be the only coach in the NBA who never got his check. My check will all be gone to fines and suspensions. It was like he's never made it a full game. I done been and choked everybody out. I can't. My temperament ain't made for coaching like Michael Jordan. That's why you'll never see Michael Jordan coach. His temperament could not deal with coaching. Kobe Bryant couldn't coach really, not on a pro level. Kobe would have went off and punched somebody. You know, it's just that kind of way. Thanks for Kwame Brown showing up. Hit me off with a super chat. It's just that now, because I'm up late and he gets started like early in the morning, we miss each other on live streams and stuff. But going back to the Keefe situation. Keefe, his days are numbered. Oh no, he ain't beating this. Vegas is going through a new restructuring. They got a hockey team. The hockey team just won the championship. They basketball WNBA, they just won a championship. They're trying to win a championship with the NBA team they're going to bring there. LeBron James want to be a part of that. This is a whole systematic play. You have to understand that. Even if you might not want to, you got to understand it. This is big business. This is showing that Vegas is no longer allowing crime to take place in Las Vegas. They're cracking down on it. So that's what this is about. This is the longest case they had, the biggest profile case they had in Vegas. They want a conviction to close it out. Y'all watch enough of these TV shows to know how this stuff works. This dude out here doing documentaries, writing books. Yeah, man, I handed him the gun. You handed the man the gun and shot Tupac, and you just running that on TV, talking about it, making videos on YouTube. And I'm like, man, I don't listen to no damn Keefe. This man was in the car and helped kill Tupac. Hell no, I don't want nothing to do with him. And I told you, he think he's safe, and he ain't. I told you. You know me, I love to say I told you so, and buddy, I told you so. Went down for the count. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm hanging in there. But I'm gonna roll.